Afternoon, sir.
How are you?
I'm okay, sir. It's been long.
It's
You
been
okay?
long, Billy. How are the preparations?
They're going just smoothly.
That's wonderful to hear. Okay. I think we can start now. So I've notified the group to say I've said teaching since I've waited for 2 more minutes. Okay, so guys, remember, as I've explained in the group, to say I just want us to talk about the Frustum, the Frustum. Okay. So before I go ahead sharing my screen, I want to emphasize about Frustum. Frustum is very examinable. It comes each and every year. Okay, and then it moves hand in hand with earth geometry. The topic on itself, Frustum, has got 6 marks. So these are 6 free marks that we need to enjoy. 6 marks, guys. Frustum. So what are you supposed to know about the Frustum? Okay, I've shared the formula with you by the group. We need to appreciate those formulas. So, so today, the same question which I've shared via the WhatsApp group, which is the Frustum of a coin, it's a question which we are going to enjoy today. So I'm going to share the screen with you. If you have got a question, please feel free to ask those questions by just switching on your speaker, and then we can ask that question. So let me share the screen with you. Let me first switch off my video and share the screen. Let me get your feedback. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, okay. Okay. And I'm sure you have copied the question, right?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So we just jump into the calculation. And I'm sure you have also copied the formulas because there are 3 formulas that we need to appreciate as far as a Frustum is concerned. So it is not always that they'll give you the Frustum of a coin. Okay. Sometimes they can give you a Frustum of a square pyramid. Sometimes even a rectangular pyramid. So regardless of the type of a Frustum that you have been given, you need to be able to enjoy the calculation. Okay. So all of the 3 shapes which I've highlighted, which is 1, the Frustum of a coin, the Frustum of a square pyramid, and the Frustum of a rectangular pyramid, I've shared the formulas with you guys by the WhatsApp group. Very simple formula with very explanation on what each and every letter stands for. So now this is the Frustum of a cone. How do we know to say it's a Frustum of a cone? Anyone with an idea? How do we know to say this is a Frustum of a cone? Because if we fail to identify to say this is a Frustum of a cone or this is a Frustum of a square pyramid or rectangular pyramid, then we cannot solve anything because we won't know what formula to use. So now the question is, how do you identify to say this is the Frustum of a cone? Yes, Billy.
Sir, looking at the diagram there, this one is just like a cone, and then they removed the upper part there. So, yes, it's a cone shape.
Okay, thank you for that response. Very much true. It's a cone shape. Okay, this is a cone where they have just removed the upper part. Okay, anyone else who can try? How can you know to say this is the Frustum of a cone, not a Frustum of a square pyramid, not a Frustum of a rectangular pyramid? How can you know that this is the Frustum of a cone? Any other explanation apart from the explanation which Billy has shared with us? Yes, Madam Grace.
It's because it has the cone shape.
Okay.
The shape
Yes.
of a cone.
Okay. It's because it have the shape of a cone, which is very much true. Okay. All right. So even if you have answered in a different angle, I feel, Madam Grace, your response is similar to Billy's. Anyone else who can come out? Why we are saying this is a Frustum of a cone? Mr. Tembo, are you able to try?
Yes, sir. Let me try.
Okay.
Because we have two radiuses, the one on top and the one below.
Okay. Okay. Which is very much true. Now, let me expand the explanation from Mr. Tembo. Of course, the answers that we have gotten from Madam Grace and Mr. Billy, they're 100% correct because this is a cone, okay? Then we can say this is a Frustum of a cone. Now, just to add on the explanation from Mr. Tembo, okay? Because of the radiuses, I'm interested in that part, okay? So now what we need to appreciate is that a cone has a circular base. The base is a circle, okay? A circle. Down it's a circle, even on top there it's a circle. The only difference between these two circles is that we have one, a circle with a bigger diameter or a bigger radius, and the other one with a small radius or a small diameter. Okay? So we need to appreciate that. Very important. We need to appreciate that concept. And let's see if there's a question for me before I proceed. Is there any question for me? Remember, I've said how we cannot to say this is a Frustum of a cone, okay? If at all the base are circles. If the base are circles, then it's a Frustum of a cone. If the base is a square, then it's a Frustum of a square pyramid. Okay? If the base is a rectangle, then it's a Frustum of a rectangular pyramid. As simple as that. Okay, so having appreciated this background info, let's now go ahead and do the calculation. So let me erase this. So I shared with you the formula. That formula is direct. The only thing that you are supposed to know is just to know the formula. Okay? So the formula which I shared by the group was volume is equal to, let me just reduce the font, I think it's too much. Volume is equal to pi over 3 and then open bracket r squared plus r, small letter r, plus r squared, then brackets, and then h, like that. So with this formula, we need to appreciate what each and every letter stand for, of which you can agree with me to say a pi, this is a standard value. Okay, it is always there, and it was given to be 3.142. Okay, this capital letter R, we said this is a radius of the base. Okay, if you have appreciated that formulas which I've shared with you, I said in the bracket to say it's a radius of the big circle. There is bracket big circle, the radius of the big circle. Okay, while small letter r, this is the radius of the small circle. And h, this h is the height of the Frustum. As simple as that. So let's just go ahead, we do the substitution, we move on with life. So pi, it is 3.142 over 3. And then now, we'll say open bracket. Okay, what is the value of the radius? The big radius. Who can tell me the value of the big radius? Anyone who can try. What's the value of the big radius? Okay, I can see two hands. I'll start with Billy and then Madam Grace. Yes. Yes, Billy.
No, sir. No, sir. It's okay.
Okay. Madam Kachana, are you there? Okay. Before Madam Kachana, yes, Madam Grace.
It's 18 centimeter.
Okay, 18 centimeter. Okay. All right. So from the response from Madam Grace, let me try to clarify something here. Okay. Let me try to clarify something. Because if we have a circle has two things. One, a circle has what we call a diameter. The same circle as what we call a radius. So we need to be careful. Okay. We need to be careful as we are choosing which one is the diameter, which one is the radius. Let me just do this just a minute. So we need to be careful which one is the diameter, which one is the radius. We need to be careful on that part. Okay. So let me just try and explain. Just a minute. So if we have a circle, if this is a circle, okay, a circle has got what we call a center. And then a distance or the length that starts from the circumference, passes through the center, and goes to the other part of the circumference of a circle. This is called a diameter. This is a diameter. However, half of a diameter is one we are referring to as what? A radius, which is the half of a diameter. So now what we need to acknowledge here is this. If you can see, I've written this line, and even the exact question paper which I shared via the group, okay, this line, they have said this is a diameter. So meaning that to have a radius, we ask ourselves to say, what is the half of 18 centimeter? What is the half of 18 centimeter? So the half of 18 centimeter, it is our radius, of which you can agree with me to say the half of 18, it is 9. So I'll write 9. So I'll write 9. Remember, it's 9 squared plus, we'll go to the small r, which is the radius of the small circle, of which the diameter is 6. If the diameter is 6, what is the radius? If the diameter there is 6, what is the radius? Yes, Madam Grace?
3
Wonderful.
centimeters.
Wonderful. As simple as that. Okay? So the radius is 3 centimeter of the small circle. Okay, let's continue. So I wrote 9 squared here because we said the half of 18 is 9. And then plus, here we have R, capital R times small letter r. So capital R, you can agree with me to say it is 9. So we say 9 times small letter r, which is 3. The response which has come through Madam Grace. So because of these brackets which I've introduced here, then I'll turn this bracket to be the square brackets. Okay? This will be the square brackets. Just a minute, I've read the notification. Was there a question for me? Okay. I think there is no question. Let me proceed. Okay. So now we have 9 open bracket times 3, we close, plus small letter r, we said it is 3. So 3 squared. Okay. And then outside we have h. Who can tell me what is our height? What is our height here? What is our height? Yes, Madam Grace.
10 centimeter.
Wonderful. Our height is 10. So we'll just write 10 this side. Okay, let's continue with the simplification. So we'll say volume is equal to 3.142 over 3. And then here now we can simplify what is inside our brackets. Okay, of which if I want now, I can use those other brackets. Okay, remember here, what is here? It's multiplication. This is multiplication sign. Okay, where I will say 9 squared, you can agree with me to say it is 81 plus 9 times 3 is 27. 3 squared is 9 times 10. Let me pause there. Is there any question for me? Is there any question for me? Is there anyone who is behind? Madam Wanida, are you there?
I'm here, but I'm having challenges with my network.
Oh yeah, I see. Okay. Yes, Madam Faustina, I've seen your hand is up.
Yes, sir. I mean, I thought you're starting at 1655.
Oh.
No, never.
No.
Yeah, so I even switched off my data. I just switched it on by chance. Like, where is the 9 coming from?
Okay. Okay, Madam Faustina, 1655. This is the 17. Yeah, I made a mistake, huh? Oh yeah.
Yes, so I switched off my data thinking you're starting at 1655. I could have switched it on by then.
Oh yeah. It's me who made a mistake. The time which is at on my laptop here is now showing 1717. Looking on my phone, this is 1617. And I was showing the time which is on the laptop. Sorry for that, Madam Faustina.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So let me explain where the 9 is coming from. Okay. Yes, Madam Maria.
Sir, here on the calculation of 9 squared. After volume is equals to 3 point what and the 9 squared here. I'm seeing 81. Where is this 81 coming? Is it not supposed to be 18 or something?
All right. Okay.
On the
All right. Thank you.
on the calculation.
All right. Okay. Now I've gotten your question. So now let me explain the two questions. Then the first question is, Madam Faustina, she was asking, where is this 9 coming from? Okay. Maybe someone can explain. Who can try to explain? Yes, Madam Grace.
She's asking of where the 81 is coming from, or 9?
9.
Which one in space?
9 was the first.
Okay. 9 is coming from, we calculated the radius for the base is half, what can I say? 18 centimeter divided by 2, it is giving us 9.
Wonderful. Okay.
I don't.
Okay. And then are you able to explain where 81 is coming from?
81 is coming from, since 9 as a square, so 9 times 9 times 9 is 81. There's a square on the 9 there.
Wonderful.
The 9 in the brackets.
Wonderful. Madam Grace, now mpyai.
Not PhD, sir.
Okay, that's wonderful to hear. Okay, so let me just try and emphasize. So, Madam Faustina, we said in this formula, okay, this is our formula for the volume of the frustum of a cone, where this capital R stands for the radius of the big circle, small r is the radius of the smaller circle. Then, when you come to the diagram here, we have this radius, this circle here, okay? This circle here, it's a bigger circle. And the length from here up to here, it's 18. This length represents the diameter, not the radius. And we said the diameter, starts from the circumference, passes through the center here, goes to the other circumference. But a radius, it is the half of the diameter. So since the diameter is 18 centimeter, then the radius is 9. Even on the small r, since the diameter is 6 centimeter, then the radius is 3. Okay. Then, Madam Maria, when we say 9 squared, we seem to remain 9 times 9, but not. So 9 squared is not the same as 9 times 2. It means 9 times 9. So, Madam Faustina, are you okay with that explanation? Okay, Madam Maria says she's okay. Madam Faustina, are you okay with what I've explained? Or do you have a question somewhere? Okay, probably she's having a challenge with the network. Okay, let's continue. At this juncture now, just a matter of us learning how to use our calculator, because we need to simplify what is in the brackets. Okay, so we are going to say we have V is equal to 3.142 over 3 times. Someone to add for me what is inside the bracket here. What is 81 plus 27 plus 9? Remember, you are allowed to use a calculator. This is not paper 1. What is the answer? Yes, I'm still waiting for the answer. Madam Kachana, are you there?
I'm there, but I'm trying to, whenever I have a chance to just listen to whatever you're explaining.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Possible, maybe you can resend the video.
All right. Okay. Okay. Yes, Billy.
You are saying like it what 81 plus 27 plus 20 plus 9.
Yes.
It's 117.
117. So I'll write 117. Then we have times 10, like that. Okay. So we are going to have volume is equal to, now here, the way you simplify is depends on your preferences, okay, to what you want. So for me, I can say, let's know what is on top here. Let's simplify what is on top here by multiplying this. Okay, we multiply 3.142 times 117 times 10. But if you wanted, you can first divide the 3 into 3.142. Or you can first multiply 117 times 10. Okay, but let's multiply everything. 3.142 times 117 times 10. What is our answer? Someone to help me with the answer?
I have found 3676.14. 76.14. I don't know if I'm correct.
76.14. Others? Has she made a mistake somewhere?
No, it's just okay.
All right, okay. At this point where we have reached, is there anyone with a question for me? Any question for me somewhere? If there's no question, let's go ahead and divide. When we divide, what is our answer?
1225.38.
122.
5.38.
5.38. Okay. What are the units? What are the units?
Centimeter.
Centimeter.
Centimeters what? I'm interested in the units.
Centimeter squared. Oh,
Centimeter squared.
Or squared.
Squared.
Yes, centimeter squared.
Okay. Not really. Not centimeter squared.
yeah, it's centimeter cubed.
Cubed.
Yes.
Cubed.
Centimeters cubed. We need to appreciate this pattern. So unless if at all it was the area, it is always raised to a 2 centimeter squared, but for volume is centimeter cubed. So in short, the memory head that you need to have is this. under trig, remember the area that we calculate, that we enjoy under trig, that is centimeter squared with a 2. But for a Frustum, it's centimeter cubic. So this was our answer, and this is the calculation. Any question for me?
So, sir, this is six marks.
Yes, this is 6 marks. This is 6 marks.
All right.
What I've done, Madam Kachana, is that I've provided you with a formula that can easily help you with the calculation of the volume. However, there is another method, okay? Another
I was
method.
about to ask that method. Is it the one for linear scale factor?
Yes, we can say it's that one, but not really the concept of that, okay?
Okay.
Because for it, we need to use the concept of similar triangles, where we first find the height of the cone that was removed. Okay, we find first the height of the cone that was removed, and then from there we calculate the volume of the big cone, and then the volume of the cone that was removed, and then we subtract. Have you seen that?
I think I was about to ask about that formula, if it's okay to use that, the volume of the original cone minus the volume of the small cone.
Yes.
Should be the same one, yeah?
Yes, that one, yes. So if you use that one, or if you use this one, the answer will be the same. The answer will be the same. However, what is the usefulness of knowing the other part or the other method of the formula? The other method of the formula, the advantage is that there are other questions before they ask you about the volume. They will first ask you to say what is the height of the cone which was removed. Have you seen that? They can ask you that question. What is the height of the cone which was removed? Maybe if I told you you do prefer, should I also use the other method? What do you think? Okay, before that, I've seen a hand from Billy. Billy has a question for me. Yes, Billy, your hand is up.
Yes, sir. Like I tried to solve this one using the first time of a pyramid. The answer came out the same. Now, is it possible that always, if you want, you can use that formula or what?
Okay, so what you used, Billy, was the first time of a square pyramid. Okay, the square pyramid. Yes, we can say the letters are the same here and there, but the only advantage with the formula that you have used is that with a square pyramid and the rectangular pyramid, we don't have a pi. Because a pi only comes in when you're dealing with a circle. So in that formula, you included a pi. Since you took the formula for a square pyramid, you included a pi. Have you seen? Okay, so we need to be careful. Yes, if you want, you can use the same letters, but the presence or the absence of pi is very important. If at all it's a cone, a pi need to be there, because a pi, wherever there's a circle, you need to have a pi. But with a square pyramid, a rectangular pyramid, pi is not needed. Okay, now even if you use the different letters like the other formulas, you need to know to say this letter which I've written, what does it stand for? It's very important. Hope you're okay with my explanation, Billy.
Clear, sir.
All right, okay. So now I was asking, should I go to the other method, or maybe I can clarify now the other types of the pyramid in terms of the formulas? Yes, Madam Faustina, your hand is up.
Sir, I think you should just give us some more questions on these other two formulas that have been left, like the volume of the first one of a square pyramid and that of the rectangle.
Okay, all right, okay.
You should know how to go about those questions as well.
All right, okay. So what I'll do is this. Let me try to cruise as quick as possible. Maybe let me explain about the other formula. Because just in case if you're asked to say find the height of the cone that was removed, or find the height of the cone, at least you need to have a slightly idea. But I think I taught this topic. But if not, let me just try and do some revision. And then from there, I'll go back to make an emphasis on the formula for a square pyramid and the formula for the rectangular pyramid. And then I'll share questions in the group where you need to do something and give me a feedback. Okay, even though the battery level here, it is at 30%, but I'll try my level best since we don't have power currently in my area. Okay, so now, what is the other method? The other method is this. Remember, this is a Frustum. And we said, what is a Frustum? A Frustum, this is the shape that remains. Okay, remember, this is a Frustum of a cone, which I'm explaining. So the Frustum of a cone, this is the shape that remains when you remove the top part of the cone. So how is a cone looks like? A cone, remember from the cone ice cream. Okay, a cone ice cream. I'm just sketching a cone ice cream like that. Okay, and then now when we cut this cone here, we cut it. We cut it. Okay, this part we remove it. We remove this part. Okay, now this area which remains, or this shape that remains, is the one we are going to say a Frustum. So the other method, what it demands us first of all to know also the volume of this cone which was removed. Okay, so meaning that we need to extend this question. We need to extend it like that so that it becomes a full cone. So that it becomes a full cone like that. If at all I can extend it. Okay? If I extend, this method 2 is saying for us to find the volume of a Frustum, we first need to know the volume of the entire cone. Okay? The entire cone from here up to on top here, the volume of the entire cone. Other than that, we also need to know the volume of the cone that was removed. When we know the volume of the cone that was removed, then we can subtract the volume of the entire cone minus the volume of the cone that was removed, then we'll remain with the Frustum. That's how it is. So for the purpose of just in case if they ask you to say calculate the height of the cone that was removed or the height of the pyramid that was removed, what are you supposed to do? Let me now explain. Let me now explain for you. Let me just erase this part. Okay. So for us to enjoy this calculation, what we are supposed to do is this. One, we need to recognize the concept of similar triangles. Okay? Similar triangles. Remember, if this is the entire cone, we can create a triangle from here, similar triangles. Okay? So I'll bring a perpendicular height line like that. Okay? Let me write it here. The line which I've just written on the cone. From here up to here, down here. So I've drawn it like that. This is a straight line. Okay? And then from there, I'll take the radius from here up to here. I'll write it here like that. And also, we have a small radius from here up to here, somewhere here. You can approximate. And then I'll do this. Okay? I'll do that. Okay? As you can see, from here up to here, this is the height of the Frustum, which is a 10 centimeter. Okay? From here and up to here, this is the radius of the big circle, which is a 9 centimeter. From here up to here, this is the radius of the small circle, which is 3 centimeters. And what you are looking for, it is x, which is the height of the cone that was removed. So we need to use the concept of similar triangles. So for us to come up with a formula, what I'll do is this. Let me just try to put some letters in this diagram. Okay? So the letters which I'll put A, B, C, D, E. So we are using the concept of similar triangles. So the concept of similar triangles, what does it mean? Okay? It means that if two triangles are similar, then the ratio of their sides are proportional. Okay? The ratio of the corresponding sides are proportional. Take what I've done. In this whole triangle, I've identified how many triangles are there. There are two. There's a big triangle, okay, with a base. Remember, a big triangle is moving from A to C and then to D, like that. Where CD, it is 9 centimeters. And then AC, remember from here up to here it's X. From here up to here it's 10. So mean that the height it is 10 plus X, like that. Okay, and then the smaller triangle, this smaller triangle, it is A, B, and E, where we are saying the height, which is AB, it is X, BE, it is 3. Now let's compare the corresponding sides. Okay, so we'll say the height of the small triangle, which is AB, over the height of the big triangle, which is AC, should be equal to the base of the small triangle which is BE over the base of the big triangle which is CD. So remember here our aim is to know the value of x, which is the height of the cone which was removed. Just in case when the question comes to say calculate the height of the cone which was removed, or maybe when they paraphrase it to say calculate the height of the big cone. So for us to calculate the height of the big cone, we first need to know this small height so that we can add this plus 10 for us to find the total height. Very important to appreciate. That's the reason why we are doing what we are doing here. So let me move my body side so that now we can make some substitution. So AB, you can agree with me to say AB it is x, this x. So we'll say x over AC, from here up to here, it is 10 plus x, is equal to BE. BE it is 3 over CD. From here up to here is CD, which is 9. Okay? And then at this juncture now we can cross multiply, where we say we multiply 9 times x, which is 9x, is equal to 3 times 10 plus x. Here I've written the bracket because I don't want to make a mistake. When I'm multiplying, I just multiply 3 with 10 alone. That would be a very big mistake. Okay? So now when we expand, we're going to have 9x is equal to 3 times 10, it is 30, plus 3 times x, it is 3x. And then we correct it like that, where we say 9x minus 3x is equal to 30. Because this 3x has crossed the equal sign and becomes a negative, of which 9x minus 3x it is 6x is equal to 30. For us to remain with x, what do? We divide both sides by 6 so that we can remain with the value of x. Let's do so. Okay. So when we divide, we say 6 into 30, it is 5. So this 5, it is the height of the cone which was removed. So we say therefore the height, okay, the height of the cone which was removed is equal to 5 centimeter. Of course, in the exam, there's no need of you writing the entire sentence like this. Just say h is equal to 5 centimeters. It's more than enough. Okay. So now that we know the height of the cone that they removed for them to remain with a Frustum, how are we going to calculate the volume of the Frustum? Okay. So to calculate the volume of a Frustum, we first need to appreciate the formulas of a cone, the volume of a cone, the formula. Very important. Because here we have two cones. Let me do this. We have two cones. We have a big cone and a smaller cone. So we need to know the volume of a big cone minus the volume of the smaller cone, of which the volume of a cone is given by the formula volume is equal to pi, okay, pi, or let me do this. Let me start with 1, the common formula which starts with 1, okay, 1 over 3, like that, and then pi r squared h, like that, okay. So now we are going to calculate the volume of the big cone, which is 1 over 3 pi. On r, I'll use capital letter r square, then h, I'll use capital H. So capital letter r is representing the radius of the big cone, h represents the height of the big cone, minus, so we are going to remove now the cone which was removed, so which is 1 over 3 pi r, I'll use small letter r squared, h small letter h, of which, to make our life easy, if we want, we can factorize the formula, where we say pi is common, over 3 is common. What is different is r squared h minus r squared h. So for you, if at all you want to use this formula, just know this. If at all you want to use this method, just appreciate this formula. Okay? Just appreciate this formula. So now let's go ahead and do some substitution, where I will say we have volume is equal to pi is 3.142 over 3. And then big radius, we said it is 9. So I will say 9 squared times, okay, what is the big height? We need to appreciate how to identify the big height. The big height, remember, the Frustum from here up to here, it is 10, okay? And then the x, it is 5. So mean that the height, the total height, will say 10 plus 5, which is a 15, okay? So I will say times 15, like that, minus small radius, we said it is 3 squared, times the height which was removed is the height which you have calculated, which is a 5, like that. So now at this juncture, we just need to simplify. So let us simplify this. Okay, so we have 3.142 over 3, and then here now, let's just go direct, okay, where I will say 9 squared times 15. You can agree with me that it is 1,215. Can you use a calculator? If at all I've made a mistake, can you raise up a hand? Can you raise up a hand if at all I've made a mistake? Minus, we have 3 squared, okay, times what? Times 5. The answer is 45. So we say volume is equal to 3.142 over 3 times, of which now we have 1,215 minus 45. The answer is 1,170. We go ahead, we multiply 3.142 times 1,170. So what will be our answer if we do that? So times 3.142. So the answer will be 3,676.14 over 3. Let's divide by 3 to now find our final answer. So volume is equal to, if you divide by 3, who can divide by 3? Who can give us the answer if you divide by 3?
One two two 5.38.
Can you come again?
1225.38
0.38.
centimeter cubed.
Exactly, centimeter cube. Now let's compare. Is this the answer that we calculated initially? Try to reduce the font. Try to reduce the font. Okay, check. Have you seen this? This is the same answer. Okay, this is the same answer. So meaning that with the first method, it is easy if you just know the formula, you substitute, you go direct. The second method, the advantage of the second method is that certain questions, before you calculate the volume, they will ask you to calculate the height that was removed. Okay? They will ask you first to calculate the height which they removed. So that's the advantage of the second formula. So, Madam Kachana, are you okay with what I've explained?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Okay. So now let me just go direct to explain about the other formula. Okay. So I'll do so in just 5 minutes time so that I can save power. For me to save this video, if at all the laptop goes off, mean that I'll be unable to save the video. So mean that it will be hard for me to share it. Because when I open the laptop again, I'll not find the video. So now, the other formulas. Remember I said there are 3 types of a square pyramid that can be given. The first one is the frustum of a cone. The second one is the frustum of a square pyramid. Okay? So let me increase the font. Frustum. Sorry. So I'll say frustum of square pyramid. Square pyramid. So with this, what did I say? Okay? That formula which I've given you, or in short, how does the frustum of a square pyramid look like? Remember, initially, I asked you a question to say, how are you going to identify to say this is a frustum of a cone, of which people viewed out, which is correct. But the simple way is that a cone has a circle. Now, a square pyramid has a square. So we have a square down here. Let me do this. We have a square down here. Remember, a square should have equal sides. Okay? A big square down and a small square up. Remember, I'm just sketching. So, like this. And then from there, I'll connect them. So, I'll connect this to this. This to this. That to that. I don't know whether you're able to see it. Okay? Like this. Apologies for that noise. They are actually kids who are playing outside. Bwana Joshua, fikanye niko efiba chifile pange. Okay. So now this is how it looks like. I'm sure you are able to see. Okay. Of course, even on top of the question, they'll clearly tell you to say this is the frustum of a square pyramid. They will tell you that. Okay. Of which the formula we have said it is volume is equal to h over 3. Okay. Open bracket s squared plus s times t plus t squared. Where I said this h is the height of the frustum. The height of the frustum, it is h. Where s it is the length of the big square. The length of the big square, you just take the length from here to here. Remember, a square has four sides. So if this is 10 centimeter, then this is 10 centimeter, then this is 10 centimeter, then that is 10 centimeter. But S, it is the length of the big square. T, this T, it is the length of the smaller square on top there. Sometimes the big square can be on top, the small square down. Let it not confuse you. It's just simple. Just identify which one is a big square, which one is a small square. So mean that maybe you can have 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters like that. And then you can just substitute in this formula. When you substitute, you simplify. You are home and dry. You are home and dry. Okay? The same now also is applied when we talk about a frustum of rectangular pyramid. A rectangular pyramid, remember it has a rectangle, okay? At the bottom, a rectangle at the bottom and on top. What are the properties of a rectangle? A rectangle is different from a triangle in that it has a length and a breadth, okay? Just do this, then connect this, connect that. So this is just a sketch, okay? Even in the question, guys, they will tell you to say this is the rectangular pyramid. You don't even need to guess. They will tell you. As simple as that. The only thing that you need to appreciate is that you need to know to say with a rectangular pyramid, the volume, the formula to use is this. With a square pyramid, the formula to use is this. Very important. We need to appreciate that. Okay? So with a rectangular, we have said the formula to use is V is equal to H over 3, open bracket, A plus B plus the square root of A times B. Where A, I said A, it is the area of the big rectangle. The area of the big rectangle. How do you calculate the area of a rectangle? Area of a rectangle, it is given by L times B. L, you'll be given the length from here up to here. This is L. This is B. You'll be given these dimensions. So you say L times B. So mean that even before you substitute, try and find out the answer for A, which is the area of the big rectangle by multiplying A times B. So mean that if we had 10 centimeter here and then 5 centimeters there, would have said it is 10 times 5, which is 50 for A. For B, it is the area of the smaller rectangle on top there, of which the area still remains the same, the formula L times B. So now we'll say B is equal to L times B. Where, for example, if this is 5 and then this is 2, then we'll say we have 5 times 2, which is a 10 for B. H, it is the height. You'll be given the height from here up to here. This is H. When you're done doing this, you just substitute, guys. You substitute. Where there is A, you replace it with 50. Where there is B, you replace it with 10. And then here, be careful. because this is a square root of A times B, which is 50 times 10, which is 500. H, you write the height which is there. Then you are home and dry. You are home and dry. 6 marks is yours.